Today's episode of Chat and Chew is sponsored by Big, the brand agency. Please make sure you follow us on Facebook, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, hit the bell to activate notifications that will remind you when we're on. Please be sure to leave us a comment to let us know how we're doing. We'd love to hear from you.
I want to invite you to our Fathers Forever Authentic Fatherhood Summit. This summit is for all fathers, new fathers, struggling fathers, our good fathers who want to be great fathers. We will take a deep dive into the purpose of fatherhood through our roundtable and panel discussion. We want to further empower you to be the best dad you can be. Also, if you know of a new father or a struggling father, invite them. If you know of a great father, invite them as well, so we can glean from their insight during our question and answer session. It's going to be a great summit as we share in the brotherhood of fathers. Can't wait to see you there.
What's up, everybody? I hope you are having a fabulous day and a fabulous time. We're so excited to be back with you. And I am here with none other than Dr. Glen Warren.
Yes, sir.
And we are here for Chat and Chew Season 3, first episode of the season.
Right.
Now, I'm sure many who have been watching faithfully and who have been tuned in, there's something different about this studio that we're sitting in, and I noticed some changes have been made. Can you talk about what in the world have y'all done? I mean, number one, it looks fabulous in here, but what have y'all done to this place?
Well, it's been in the making, a long time coming. We had one of our sponsors, a donor, to help us upgrade our studio.
Wow.
You was here before when we had
Yeah.
we had wires all over the place. We had stands all over the place, lights coming all over the place, and just a mess. We were doing the best that we could do, and one of our donors looked at what we was doing, really appreciated what we was doing, and decided to give us some money to upgrade.
Come on.
And we brought a dear friend of mine in, and he took us to the next level. We went from, in my opinion, from grad school to high school.
I mean, y'all went from a jungle to a all-inclusive resort.
Yes.
It was wires and cables everywhere.
The light, a lot of times we spent a lot of times getting the lighting ready because people would move stuff around, and we had other meetings in here at the same time, and it was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
But it's one click, two little strips, cuts on everything, all the lights, and then our other production person Tammy, who's been working behind the scenes, would take her a long time to, after we would go back and get it fixed and get it edited. Now it's making her work so much better.
Absolutely.
Faster.
Absolutely. And it looks incredible. I mean, it looks
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
And it only means one thing. When you have a set like this, that looks like this, and that is designed like this, it only means one thing. It's some good content coming down the line in 2024. So, family, I need you to make sure you stay in line and make sure you are supporting Chat and Chew Podcast. Make sure you are supporting Fathers Forever. Make sure, matter of fact, right now, put some fire in the chat.
Yes.
Put some comments in the chat. Let us know you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you are. We want to make sure we stay connected to all of our followers and all of our subscribers. But make sure you follow us. Make sure you're commenting. Make sure you're subscribing, because every Thursday at what time?
At 8 o'clock p.m.
At 8 o'clock p.m. every Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. That's Eastern Standard.
Eastern Standard
All right,
Time.
if you do Pacific or Central, you might miss it. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Chat and Chew is coming to you every single week.
Yes.
And you want to make sure you are subscribed so that when new content is pushed out, you're one of the first people to know about it, because there's a lot of important things that Fathers Forever is going to be doing. And one of the main goals is to keep supporters and keep viewers abreast of what's happening and keep you in the loop. There's a really good statement in a really, really famous book. You may have heard of this book, and it says, write the vision and make it plain.
Yes.
So that those that read it can run with it. We want to help you run with Fathers Forever this year, and we're going to do our job to make sure the vision is plain and is laid out, because there's a lot of good things happening. So family, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you stay updated with everything coming through these Fathers Forever channels. Make sure you stay with everything coming with the Chat and Chew. Season 3 is going to be a great thing.
Yes,
and a lot of great things are happening. So I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. And we actually got a pretty good show.
I'm ready.
Lined up for the people today. We got a lot to talk about. So one more time, if you're ready for the content, type in the chat, I'm ready, and we're going to jump into it, because we've got a lot of new things that are happening in 2024. But one of the mistakes that you can sometimes move so fast, that one of the things that happens with gratitude is sometimes you've got to slow down and be retrospective about what has 2023 been before you can fully be ready to conquer 2024 and move into a new year. Let's look at what happened with Fathers Forever in the year. Happy New Year, everybody, by the way. We're in a brand new year, and we're believing that 2024 is going to be a prosperous year for you and everybody that's connected to you. But 2023 was a great year for Fathers Forever. Let's talk about Fathers Forever 2023. How was last year?
Last year was, this is called reflection. When you play a basketball game and when the game is over, you go back to the gym, go back to your place, and you go back and do the replay and find out what worked and what didn't work and how it worked. So last year was a challenging year to some degree, but it was very productive in a lot of things. We created a lot of new programs that we're going to talk about down the road, but it was very good. It was very productive. We had a lot of, as far as the guys in our program coming up and getting housing, all this stuff was done. We're going to talk about the Fatherhood Summit, and it's coming up. I started a new book. We're going to be talking about it as well. So,
and it's coming out
It's coming out this year. Yeah. And so it's really, I guess we're going to talk about the books as well, Dads at a Distance. So we're going to talk about a lot of those things that really in detail. But 2023, it was challenging because we had an issue with the housing thing, but God gave us a victory in that.
Come on.
We got what we knew. It came to us. It took us a while to get it, but we got that.
And even in that, that's an encouragement that everybody who was watching, just because you're going through something hard doesn't mean that's not what you're supposed to be in.
Yes.
And one of the things it teaches you is resilience and tenacity.
Yes.
And it teaches you how to endure.
Yes.
And one thing we've got to learn how to do, whenever you're called to something great, you got to understand with greatness comes attacks.
Yes.
With greatness comes opposition. And the fact that Fathers Forever went through opposition in 2023, but it's still here in 2024. On the other side of it just means one thing. We're better, we're stronger, and we're ready for the next level of what's coming to this organization.
And a lot of things were birthed out of those oppositions.
Absolutely.
A lot of things that we walking into now was birthed out of that opposition. And so, you don't want to go through these things, but at the same time, when you do go through them, if you look to God, which is our source,
absolutely,
that God would. I'm so convinced with Pastor Ricky that all things do work together for our good. I'm convinced of that more and more. And 2023 proved that to me.
Absolutely.
Because the things that we was going through, and it's like, your life can be good over here and kind of bad over here.
Yeah.
And sometimes we let that bleed. That my bad stuff bleeds over to the good stuff. So the bad stuff is over here. Let me just put that in that pocket over here.
Yeah.
All this other good stuff over here. I got to deal with the bad stuff happening.
You got to deal with
But the good stuff is I can't not celebrate that either. And so we had a lot of celebration of the good stuff in opposition to that bad little thing that was over there that really got us through.
And we made it through.
And we made it through.
And we made it through.
Yeah.
And we got to remember, Don't ever forget this, family. Greatness don't go on sale.
I like that.
There's no bargain price for success.
Right.
It costs what it costs.
Exactly.
And when you are really ready to be who you're called to be and what you're called to do, you'll pay the price that's necessary to get to the other goal. But there's some stats that you got.
Yeah.
And I want our viewers and I want our subscribers and I want our supporters to know that Fathers Forever, number one, is a healthy organization. Fathers Forever, number two, is good ground. And there's proof that one thing, men lie, women lie. The numbers do not lie.
Don't lie. Yeah.
The stats don't lie. So I want you, let's go down and let's recap 2023 so that they know what kind of success this organization experienced so far.
Yeah. You know, so one of our classes, Pastor, we talk about statistics versus a poll versus stats. Statistics and polls are opinions.
Right.
Stats are not opinions.
It's
Stats
facts.
is facts. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
And so last 2023, we've had a total of 38 graduations since, and that is in prison, graduation in prison as well as the
So
class.
from 2008, y'all have had 39 graduations to take place.
Yes.
People need to understand that. That means people have successfully gone through the
12-week
fatherhood course.
program.
They've gone through mentorship. They've gone through being built up as fathers. And we're not saying 39 people. We're saying 39 graduations with groups of people who have gone through this program. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, and when we first got started, those numbers were like 30 or 40 people that graduated a time.
Exactly.
So now it's, we have 14, 15, 16 people graduate. But we also, inside, we go to the jail. And we haven't went to the jail in the last couple of months, but we got a class inside the jail where we do the same class, the fatherhood class.
Yeah.
We do it in Wake County Jail. And that's part of that number two. The rest of them is guys who are in our 12-week program that's in our houses, ordered to us by the Wake County Child Support Court or Child Welfare. They come to us through other agencies, and they complete the program. So we've had 39 since 2008.
Since 2008.
Yeah.
And on top of that 39, 2008, 453 men have completed the fatherhood program.
Yes. So that is,
453 men have completed. So that's 453 families.
Yes.
That
That's
have
going to
been
be
touched
impacted.
and impacted. And why is that important? Fathers Forever is all about not just healing fathers,
But saving families.
but saving families. Because if you touch the dad,
Yes.
if you touch the father,
Yes.
you save the family.
You touch the
And
family.
we've done that 453. We can't just brush over that like that's a small task or a small feat. That's an amazing thing. 450. Somebody type 453 in the comments if you are just as impacted by that number as I am.
So again, you're impacting, these families, these wives, these kids.
Absolutely.
So you're impacting them as well, these households.
That's incredible. And not only, and when you think about Fathers Forever, that's really where this all started.
Yes.
It's become so much more in the coming years.
Yes.
But the bedrock
Yes.
of what this thing was is you wrote a vision on a napkin. You didn't even have no paper around you.
Right.
You wrote the vision. Matter of fact, head to fatherforever.com and check out the napkin story to see what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But you wrote the vision of Fathers Forever on a napkin, dreaming about what this organization would do one day and the advocacy that you've been able to do. For people who don't know, many of you know the story that when a father goes to court for non-support and before he gets thrown in jail, you were that advocate. You were that intercessor, for lack of a better word, to stand between the judge and the father.
Yes.
To stand between jail
and going home.
and the father and going home. And you said, hey, instead of sending this man to jail, which really isn't going to help anybody,
Right.
send him to my program that I've created.
Right.
And we're going to teach him how to value his role
As a father.
Yeah. We're going to teach him how to navigate a successful relationship with the mother of his children, how to be an active participant in the lives of his kids. And that's where the vision of Fathers Forever came from. And it's grown so much, even to the point where now you all provide housing.
Yes.
And 453 men have went through the fatherhood program.
No.
But how many men have received housing? Now, keep in mind, fatherhood program started in 2008.
Right.
Housing didn't start to 2017.
Exactly.
How many men have received housing since 2017?
680 men have actually came through our fatherhood housing.
680 men.
We have 5 houses in Wake County, and they come to us, and they complete the 90 days. We help house them for 90 days, help feed them, give them clothes, take them through the fatherhood program, do a lot of classes with them, substance abuse classes, anger management classes. We help them get a budget. We have all kind of goals and plans for them. So the 90 days when they walk out, they have number one, that hopefully they've saved some money, and they can now go get them their own place.
Yeah.
It's better than getting discharged to the street. It's 90 days it's not a whole lot of time, but it's better than getting discharged back to that neighborhood.
Come on.
Which you got in trouble at.
And you said 680 men. Here's what I love about stats. One of your team members just updated me with the updated number. It's actually 860.
Oh, wow. I lit that number wrong.
We got 680. But people, this is a real time. You ever been watching the playoffs or football game, and they bring you that real time stat of how many points they got in the game? We actually got 860 men who have received housing since 2000.
I lit that number wrong. I apologize. Sorry about that.
860 men. And you've been just doing this since 2017.
17, yes.
And it goes to show you that's just phenomenal. And then on top of that, let's just give them some overall numbers for the year 2023. Are y'all ready for this? In 2023, Fathers Forever served 284 households, and total individual number of how many individuals Fathers Forever touched is, wait for it, dramatic pause, 2,669 individuals were touched by Fathers Forever. If that is not greatness, if that is not effectiveness, if that is not fruitfulness, I don't know what is. And on top of that, Dr. Glen Warren is an author. You are an author, and you started an amazing initiative that really flourished and took off in the year 2023. It didn't start in 2023, but it took off in 2023. You've been doing these book signings.
Yeah.
The famous coin, you have called it reverse book signings.
Yeah.
And in the year of 2023, how many books were we able to donate through Dad at a Distance?
2,001, over 2,100 books have been donated from our audience. Donated books for us. It's called our Dads at a Distance initiative. And so we could talk about this right now. The Dads at a Distance.
Yeah, we're here. Let's go ahead and talk about Dads at a Distance right now.
So when we wrote this particular book here, I don't know if your audience could see it. Dad, I Am a Father Forever.
I Am a Father Forever.
Yeah. Which is really
coming to a bookshelf near you.
Which is really our curriculum for what we've been teaching for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
COVID did a lot of bad things, but it also caused us to do some things differently.
Absolutely.
And so we were shut down like everybody else was. So we decided to put our curriculum in a book. And we also created Father Forever University, which is our online version. We'll talk about that. Mm-hmm. But we created the online version. Then we wanted the textbook to go with that. So we wrote the textbook.
Right.
And so all the guys that come to our program have to,
have the book.
Have the book,
read
the chapters, do the homework assignment, and during class, we talk about all that. Well, after we wrote the book, we started getting some calls from people that was incarcerated that either go to our program. Anyway, it started trickling out about our program and about the book. And so people started calling me, asking me for the book. And I was like, we got the book, we have it, but at least I can't give you all these books. It costs us money to get them printed.
Absolutely.
So I didn't know how we was going to fund this and how we was going to, and we still, but I was, one day my wife sent me upstairs to find something in a box, looking for something she was looking for. Mm-hmm. And the box that I was looking for was my yearbook from 2000, I won't say 1976 when I graduated from high school. So I'm sitting on my floor in my cellar, and I'm looking at this book, and I'm getting kind of teary-eyed because I'm looking at all the nice things that my classmate said to me 40 years ago.
Wow.
In this book.
Yeah.
And she called me like, "What you doing up there?" And I'm there for 45 minutes, just looking at this book, just reading through, looking at, and I'm just getting, and I just kind of put that, that experience away somewhere. I didn't think about it until one day I was resting and I woke up, kind of had sleep, and I was like, and the thought hit me. I woke up and hit reverse book signing. It's like, what? I never heard of reverse book signing. What is reverse book signing?
Yeah.
Normally a book signing is, I write a book, you buy the book.
You sign it for me.
You sign it.
And I take it home.
You take it home. Where reverse book signing is, you donate the book, you sign the book, we take it to the inmates. So we're having churches all around doing a reverse book signing. And so they'll buy a bunch of books.
Absolutely.
And I take them to the church, and people put little nice notes in it. You can put scriptures in it. You can put so Ricky, when the guys in prison get this book that somebody donated to them, but also now it's 4 or 5 notes in there that we're pulling for you, we're praying for you. Hope this book will help you be the best dad you could be. You got 4 or 5 little notes in there that makes it even more personable.
It makes it a lot more impactful.
Impactful.
And when someone gets to that level, we all know prison ain't paradise.
No.
Most people who have got to the point of being in prison, that is at rock bottom.
Yes.
And sometimes for some people, rock bottom is finally the place where they can be reached.
Yes.
And where change can happen. And there are a lot of people, our church, Christ Representing Church, we've been privileged to do a reverse book signing or two.
Yes.
And it's been impactful. And what the people walk away feeling is, I walked away, I came to an event and I heard this man talk about this vision and I supported it and I bought a book and I was able to speak into somebody's life who may not ever get to physically meet.
Right.
But I was able to inspire them in a way where I got the chance to talk to somebody who's at a rock bottom place in their life. I'm able to be a part of helping a family become better. And that's what Dads at a Distance does. That's what the reverse book signing does. That's what your support does. So whenever you purchase a book or whenever you write a note in a book, understand what you're doing. Think about the child's life that you are literally impacting and making better because you're talking to their dad about how to be better for them.
Yeah. So guys, we had a guy came yesterday, fresh from prison. Mm-hmm. He walked in, he sat down at the desk, and the book had to be on the table. And he said, "I read that book in prison."
Woo!
I mean, he just blew my mind.
Come on.
And when I came, he said, "I've been wanting to meet you." And I didn't know I was coming here until today because sometimes they don't know where they're going at.
Yeah.
And he said, "I read this book in prison." And I said, "How'd you get it?" He said, "It was in the library. And we had to check out, there's books in the library. And I checked out the book and I read it. And he said, and I didn't want to give it back. But in order to check out another book, you got to give it back." And he said, "Now, and did I get to come to this place where this book has changed my life?"
Yeah.
So that's the impact. Another guy called me from Texas. Mm-hmm. He's a chaplain from Texas. And so we work with a company called CLI, Christian Library Institute, where they got access to over 1,500 facilities across North Carolina. And he received a box with Christian literature, Bibles. Our book was in that box. Because when people donate books to us, we take that book to Christian Library Institute. They distribute them. So you and I just can't go to a prison and donate a book. It's got to go.
You got somebody with access.
Exactly. You can't. Everybody can have access to that. So thank God that they chose our book to distribute it to these facilities.
And so now you're telling me that you can get this fatherhood content that will change these men's lives.
Yes.
You're able to get it inside the libraries.
Inside the library.
Prisons.
We just had a donor just last month, in the 23, who gave us $1,000 to buy 50 books, 25 books to go to two of them facilities. And now not only the individual getting books, but now we are putting books in libraries inside the prison. So now there's going to be 25 books put into 2 of the facilities that the guys can check in and out.
And this is so important because a lot of times when someone is going on a path that's the wrong direction, you ever been traveling on the highway, one of the only ways you know you're going the wrong direction is somebody put a sign.
Yes.
Somebody had to intervene to let you know there's something, you can't go this way, you got to stop it. And this is exactly what we're doing. Let's talk about how important that is, that we have to make sure fatherhood, Fathers Forever, this initiative, this mission, while we have to have people to put this in the path of the people, because they're not going to get it automatically.
And we talked about this earlier. We could go into this now. Initiated intervention. You talked about the word intervene means you go into a place that you're going somewhere that you don't need to go. I need to intervene.
Absolutely.
And help you. Don't let you fall off the cliff.
Save your life.
I need to say. So this is how I do it. So which is going to lead me to talk about the new book. It's called Welcome to a World Where Every Child Had a Father. No, imagine a world.
Imagine a world.
Imagine every child where every child had a father.
Has a father.
And the blueprint to that is initiate intervention. Because the guy's not going to come on their own.
Yeah.
So if if social workers and judges and child welfare people, child support people say, hey, you're falling off the cliff, man, in fatherhood. You're not doing well. I'm going to order you to this program. I'm going to help you initiate this by saying you need to go to this program. I'm not going to put you in jail. That's punishment, but we need punishment sometimes with assistance.
Absolutely.
Not just, it's called procedural justice. People call it problem-solving court.
Yeah.
But it's when a judge says, okay, I can't put you in jail, but I'm going to order you to a program that can help you.
Come on. And that's the thing about it. Jail has become a weapon when it should have been a tool.
Exactly.
And instead of saying, hey, instead of reaching for that weapon, Fathers Forever has created a tool to help you do your job.
Yes.
And I can imagine judges and social workers and caseworkers and all the different individuals who have to do this and navigate this on a daily basis. I'm sure they would love a tool that, because I know the hopelessness that they possibly can feel with seeing the same thing every day, and they're saying, I wish I had something.
As a retired social worker, my job was to link my client to services. Whether it was housing, food, jobs, employment, counseling, whatever it needs. My job as a social worker, as a case manager, to link my clients to that particular services they need. I was part of their intervention. I helped them get their life back on track. So as social workers, you see a father guy who's struggling with fatherhood, who's been absent from his kids, maybe just getting out of prison. You can say the first thing we need to do is get you back. One of the things we need to do, besides get you a housing, but in addition to all of that, we need to get you back working with your family. Because with citizenship, as you know, it's going back and forth. And a lot of people go back and forth to prison because when they get out here, we make it hard for them to do right.
And we got to reduce recidivism. Bottom line, we got to
which is a chapter in the book.
We got to reduce it. And one of the things that we also have to understand is the marketing industry is $1 billion industry.
Yes.
And what that simply means is people have figured out to get in the pathways of the people who they want to reach, who they want to touch. They figure out a way to put their product, to put their solution in the pathway of the person where they're going. And it's amazing to me, as a world, we've got to purify our value system with what we value, that when something is in high demand, we make sure we put it everywhere.
Yes.
And ain't no secret where your nearest ABC store is.
No, it is. It is not. Everybody know where there's an ABC store at. And so my thing is, we need to make it easier for men to have access to help.
Access.
If you know what ABC store is, there should be a fatherhood program.
Come on. And
so, because if we don't fix the fatherhood program, we're not fixing our society. And the powers that be, the smart people, much more than I am, know that because we have the stats to prove what happens.
It makes a difference.
It makes a difference. So, you know, we are so busy cleaning up the aftermath of fatherlessness that we haven't put any money, any investment into the education and the prevention.
Our society and our culture, we have been so invested in creating the Band-Aids.
Yes.
That we have forsaken the medicine.
We have,
to heal the wound.
We haven't did the surgery. We put the Band-Aid on instead of going in there and getting that infection out.
And when you understand, when you solve, I'm about to make a big statement here. When you solve fatherlessness, you won't need as many ABC stores.
No, you won't.
You won't need as many.
No. Because these moms out here are doing this work on their own. A quick story. Back in 2000, whatever it was, when they had the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, and I use the analogy of this, they had this major oil spill, and millions of gallons of oil spewed out from the bottom of the ocean floor for 4 months. This happened in April. They didn't stop until July.
Wow.
For 4 months, you had a gaping hole in the middle of the ocean floor. They spewed out thousands and millions and millions and millions of gallons of oil, contaminating water miles and miles and miles and miles. They finally capped it. They got it together. They capped it off. Then they said it was going to take years to get all this oil out of the ocean. So they had all the schemers out there, the people with their machines separating the oil from the water. They were doing the best they could, but what they didn't anticipate it, that nature took its course. The sun evaporated a lot of the oil out of thin air.
Wow.
So what they said was going to take years to heal up, it didn't take years. Not as many years as they said it did. Because the sun, nature took its course. When we fix the fatherhood problem,
Come on.
nature's going to take its
It's
course.
gonna take its course. Good Lord. I'm not in church, but I feel amen on it. I don't know what that's about, but I feel
I'm
it.
telling you, nature is going to take its course. And all these stuff that these moms are going through, raising these kids by themselves, it's going to go away. All these fatherless kids who out there now running the streets because dad is not there, it's going to hopefully go away. Because dad is there now to say, boy, pull up your pants. Go to work. Find a job. And that's what we have. We're missing that now because for whatever reason, we have spent all this money on the aftermath and we have not put anything on the intervention and education.
Come on. Children need their fathers.
Children need their dad.
And Fathers Forever exists to push that agenda
Yes,
more than anything
that's what we're
else.
trying
And
to
no
do.
matter what people are saying in 2024, we can advance, we can evolve, we can do whatever you say we need to do. But until we can get fathers in the homes,
Yes.
actively involved with their families,
Yes.
their wives, the mothers, their
Yes.
children, and their children,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
when we're really going to see some
Yes.
world
Yes.
change.
Yes.
And so there's some great things happening as you see with Dads at a Distance. I want you guys to stay plugged in. I want you to stay tuned in with updates coming with Dads at a Distance. But Dads at a Distance isn't the only thing that Fathers Forever does. Let's talk about Fathers Forever University and what's new, what's our goals, what's our initiatives for this year for Fathers Forever University. For those that don't know, Fathers Forever University is what?
It is our online version of our class.
Absolutely.
Again, COVID hit, everybody stayed home, so we decided to put everything in Zoom now. So now we have our Zoom classes on Zoom. Our job, our goal is to have a Father Health Zoom class every single day. Right now we have an in-person class on Monday nights, and we have a Zoom class on Saturday mornings. But our goal is to have Zoom classes all day, every day. And now we can go beyond Wake County. All we have to do is get a judge, a social worker, start referring people from your county. Your clients, your father have access to the internet and access to a phone. They could come and do the class online.
Come on.
So that's what the whole purpose of the summit is to start talking about how you can access this stuff. We'll talk about that. But yeah, so the university is our own fatherhood. So we got two components. We have the transition house, which just started in 2017, but the fatherhood component started in 2008.
Right.
And so then the last couple of years, we just added the Zoom part, the online person part to it.
Yeah.
And so that makes it now not just limited to Wake County.
Absolutely. Fathers Forever University has expanded the reach of Fathers Forever exponentially.
Yes.
Where now you had to have a person at a location in a certain place and time. We know the digital age is.
Yes.
The beautiful thing about technology.
Yes.
When we use it for the right things, it's quite amazing.
Yes.
That now we can take this fatherhood content, we can take this fatherhood program, and we can make it accessible
Yes.
to whoever needs it. And here's the key, wherever they need it.
Wherever they are.
And this is the power of Fathers Forever University. And I know that y'all are going to be adding some new things. I know we're going to be doing online stuff, and we're going to even do graduations and everything to make it happen and make it excel. But Fathers Forever University is something that I want you to stay plugged into, and I want you to stay updated to, and make it your goal. Make it your goal this year. Anybody who follows Fathers Forever, anybody who comments, who likes, who subscribes, make it your goal to be an advocate for Fathers Forever University. Share this with somebody.
Yes.
Send this to somebody. Everybody's got somebody in your family who ain't doing right.
We all know somebody.
Everybody got a cousin, a brother, an uncle. Everybody got somebody.
Not taking care of their kids. Or not doing what they should be doing.
Yeah. Everybody knows somebody. Advocate and push for Fathers Forever University. There's exciting things coming down the pipeline for that. Another exciting thing that's happening. One of the other goals that's coming is something new that you gave birth to in 2023. And Christ Church Center Church had the privilege of hosting the inaugural Authentic Fatherhood Summit. And it's phenomenal, y'all. The Authentic Fatherhood Summit has been simply amazing. Real quick, it's a lot of dope merch all around this place. If you want some merch, if you want to sport some of this merch, head to afatherforever.com, head to the store, and make sure you get your merch. And don't be selfish. Don't just buy one for you. Buy one for somebody else you love. Because my wife, whenever I come home with a new cup or anything, I better come home with two. That's all I got to say. If I come home with one,
she gonna take it.
It don't belong to me no more. It belongs to her.
Right.
So make sure you go to afatherforever.com, head to the store, and buy two of everything that you see, not just for yourself. But let's talk about the Authentic Fatherhood Summit. It was amazing. Yeah, and I just want to hear from you how it felt.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do something similar to this for a while, and it just happened to be the right time. I had to speak at a conference, a men's conference, in April, reentry, and I was in bed sleeping, and I woke up, and it, hit me like start doing these fatherhood summits, and I wanted to connect churches with it, and so I talked to your father and some other people, and I say I want to create a fatherhood summit where we can get together as men and talk about men issues, as well as now introducing Fathers Forever into the community, letting them know what we do, with the Fathers Forever University, and also to talk about the importance of fatherhood in the community. So we connecting with churches. So we connected with your church. When we came in, you guys provided the food and provided the space, and we had the roundtable discussion, we had a panel discussion, and we had a speaker, and we all talked about fatherhood, and guys was empowered. So we want to do that on a regular basis all over the community, all over, we want to go back down to Rayford and St. Paul and we're going to do that. Our next Fatherhood Summit is going to be this coming Saturday, January 28th at Bishop Spencer Church, Greater Love Church in Raleigh. We're going to have our second summit.
Greater Love Church,
from 10 to 1.
Raleigh, North Carolina, 2421 Timber Drive. Authentic Fatherhood Summit at Greater Love Church with Bishop Harvey Spencer.
Yes. And they're going to host it. We're going to, have 3 hours of community talk about fatherhood, the purpose of fatherhood, and we got a speaker coming in, Dr. Terrence. He's going to be coming in and talking about what fatherhood is.
Absolutely.
Terrence Ruth, a good friend of mine, he's going to be talking about what fatherhood is, and we got a couple of panel discussions, and we're just going to, 3 hours, have a heart-to-heart talk with fatherhood.
And I was at the first inaugural one, and I even had the privilege of being on the panel.
Yes.
And it impacts you in a deep way, especially if you're a man and you have children. You do not leave the Authentic Fatherhood Summit the same way that you came. Right. It makes you be more mindful about, even myself, I had to ask myself, what kind of father am I being to my boy? I have 2 boys.
Right.
What kind of men, what kind of fathers am I creating? So listen, everybody, if you're in Raleigh, North Carolina, this Saturday, January 27th, January 27th at Greater Love Church, I want to make sure you got your face in the place and you are there. The Authentic Fatherhood Summit is pretty much a briefcase. It's a container that holds all things Fathers Forever. And when you come to the Authentic Fatherhood Summit, Dr. Glen Warren gonna open that briefcase and he gonna let Fathers Forever fly all out of that thing. Yeah. And I promise you're gonna find something that you can be a part of, something that you can support, and something that will add value to your life.
And it just doesn't stop that day.
Absolutely.
When the summit is over, now you have access to enroll to the fatherhood online class or come to the in-person class.
Absolutely.
You ask yourself, if you're struggling, Dad, man, I'm not doing too well, so maybe I need to come to this class. Or maybe I am doing well and I want to learn some more. So we want to invite everybody to come, but there's something that people could take away. I don't care whether you're a good dad, whether you're a struggling dad, whether you're a new dad. There's something you can take away from this summit that can help you be the best dad you can be.
And that's a big. I'm glad you said that, because the biggest thing we want to learn to communicate is Fathers Forever is not just for struggling dads.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Fathers Forever is for fathers. It's for family.
Yes.
Even if you're a woman, you're a mom, you're an auntie, sometimes you don't understand the power of initiated intervention.
Yes. Exactly.
You don't understand the power that you have in a man's life, where if you get connected to Fathers Forever and you got a brother or you got a cousin or you got an uncle who could be better,
right?
Fathers Forever will help you with the tools and the language,
right,
to take it to him and say,
exactly.
hey, I got something.
Yes.
I got something. I got a tool that can help you be a better man. Yes. And so that's why I'm so excited about Fathers Forever. It's for everybody.
Yeah. So that commercial, it's for struggling dads. It's for good dads who want to be great dads. Because we have some guys that, you're doing really, really good. You're a good father. So how can we bring you be a part of this conversation that those of us that have been struggling can glean from you?
Absolutely.
So just because you're a good dad, it's like, I don't need that. Go and help encourage others, be there, and add your 2 cent worth that's going to add to the table of the brotherhood of fathers.
And whenever you do something well, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to make other people do it well too.
Yes, exactly.
It's not just enough for you to do it good by yourself and be satisfied that you do it well. But the sum total of your life is not what you do, but what you are to other people.
Yeah, it's called teach back.
Teach back. Come on.
You go to certain training. You know what? I'm trained to do this, but now you don't train me to do it. Now I got to go back and tell you what you train. So when you do a teach back, you learn it 2 times.
Yeah.
You learn it when they first introduce you to it, and then you learn it when you're doing it.
Yep. In that famous book again, there's a great man in that book named Jesus, and he was talking to one of his followers, and he told his follower, after you've been strengthened, turn back.
That's the principle.
And strengthen your brother.
That's the principle.
Strengthen your brother.
Wow.
So we are excited about Authentic Fatherhood Summit, and I got a bold claim. I'm hoping we do one every month,
that's
many as
goal.
possible.
That's my goal.
And so listen, if you are an organization or you know a church that would love to sponsor an Authentic Fatherhood Summit, please go to the website of fatherforever.com, head over to the programs page and read all about the Authentic Fatherhood Summit and how you can bring the Authentic Fatherhood Summit to your church, to your area. We're looking to spread this thing anywhere or anybody who's willing to host an Authentic Fatherhood Summit. Dr. Glen Warren and the Fathers Forever team will hop in the beast. And they will be at your doorstep, and they'll make it happen. Yeah. Another thing...
And we want to make sure that also, we want sponsors to sponsor the book. Because every father that comes to that summit, we want to put a book in their hand.
Come on.
And if you're a good father, you want to donate that book to a guy in prison, you can. But if you're a struggling father, that's your book. Go home and study it and read it.
You can get the book. And another shameless plug, it's a lot of dope merch at the Authentic Fatherhood Summit. T-shirts, bags, yams, greens, potatoes, you name it. It's going to be at the Authentic Fatherhood Summit. Another thing that you've been doing for a while, one of the first, me coming up and learning about Fathers Forever, there was a program that I was a teenager. This is wild. This is so nostalgic even thinking about this. I was a teenager and you came to our church and you were teaching us how to tie a tie.
Oh, yeah.
A simple thing about tying a tie and the lessons I learned about manhood, fatherhood, responsibility, my image, how to present myself, how to carry myself, how to speak well, how to speak intelligent, all those things, how to look a man in the eye when you shake his hand. A lot comes with when you put on the suit. A lot comes with, even being raised by my father, he always taught me, you need to know when to wear a suit.
Right.
And you need to know, and every man needs to have At least one.
Yes.
Now, on most days, you won't catch me breathing in a suit.
Right.
But when I need one, I have access to
yes.
one. And there's something that Fathers Forever does called Simply Suits.
Yes.
And I want you to spend a little bit of time talking about that because this is like an OG program.
That's an OG program.
And Fathers Forever. Talk a little bit about Simply Suits and what's going on. What are the goals for that?
It was at your church that I came up with that idea.
Wow, really?
Yes. One of your members, he was a smaller guy, gave me like 7 or 8 suits.
Really?
And this was a time where we would just get the started Father Forever, and we would have graduations. And I wanted guys to come to graduations with a suit on, but I couldn't. I didn't have the money to go out and buy all these guys suits.
Right.
So, and he made a donation to Father Forever. He said, "I got some suits. I want to donate to you." Now he was much smaller than I am. I couldn't wear none of them. I would have took one myself, but I couldn't wear. So, but those suits stayed in the back of my car for almost a month. I didn't know what to do with them. Wow. They just rolled in the back of my Lexus. I was like, I don't know what to do with these suits. And then one day it hit me like, I keep saying it was God. I had sometimes there's a God idea, and sometimes there's a good idea. This was another God idea.
Right.
And he said, why don't you start Simply Suits, get churches to donate suits. So I started going to churches. Wow. And I said, why don't you donate some suits to Fathers Forever for guys, to be able to wear suits to graduation, or to be able to wear suits to interviews. We partnership with another agency a few years after that, who actually, part of what we brought to the table was a suit for them to wear for interviews. This grant was helping people get in recovery. Stay free from drugs and alcohol,
right.
but also help find jobs. Well, they need suits to go to find jobs. We provided the suit for them. Wow. So the community give us the suits. And our guys in our program, then it expanded. Everything we do, guys have a way of expanding it.
Right.
Guys in our program get the suit free. They don't pay a thing for the suit.
Absolutely free.
But there's other people in the community who can afford suits. When they come to us, we charge them. Because that's part of the income that we need.
Absolutely.
It
takes money to run this organization.
Exactly. It's like a thrift store, So we sell some of those suits that donated. Again, the guys in our program get them free. But other guys who come, they have to pay to some degree. And it's not much. It's very, very little.
Yeah.
And we have some people who have come to us and say, my dad just died or my mom just died, and I need a suit to go to a funeral. I don't charge them. We just give them a suit.
Wow.
Because, people need stuff.
And that's phenomenal. And I never knew that. I never knew somebody from...
Yes.
I never knew that.
Yes.
But it also is hitting me now. This is why we need you to support. I guarantee you the brother that gave you those 6 suits never imagined that his generosity and him partnering with the Vision of Fathers Forever will become into a whole program called Simply Suits. And that's the thing I want to stop and encourage everybody who's been watching Fathers Forever and you've never really supported, or if you have been supporting, I want to encourage you to support even more. You never know what your support does for this organization. Yeah. That what you give and how you sow and how you support could literally become a new life-giving source that flows out of this organization. Yeah. And the feeling that you'll have knowing that my seed made that happen. Yeah. My support made that happen. Yeah. So shout out to all of our supporters, everybody who makes this thing happen on a daily basis. It don't happen without you. I'm sure it's greatly appreciated and greatly felt and much more needed with all the new stuff coming down the pipe.
So we had another space that we were using for something else. We're no longer doing that service now. So we repurposed that space for suits. So now we got about 200 suits.
Come on.
The later bit, as always, people just come in, and so we about to kick that back into third grade now.
Yeah, and it all started with somebody supporting. And if you had to say one thing for all of your supporters in 2023, just talk to your supporters, people who were active. What would you say if you had a chance to sit in front of every last one of them? What would you say to them?
Every little bit counts. I don't care if it's a pair of socks, if it's a pillowcase, it's a towel to these guys.
Yeah.
Everything these guys needs a lot, and your support goes to these guys. They come to us with nothing but their uniform from prison. We go into take them to our storage room, and so whether it's money, whether it's clothes, whether it's food, whether it's vehicles. We have people who donate vehicles. So if you got a vehicle, because we got a lot of guys who
Absolutely.
and we got a lot of moving parts with Father Forever.
It's a lot.
And we
of
got
moving
cars
parts.
all over the place, and we just lost a car that kind of engine messed up a few months ago. So we in need of another vehicle now. So if you got a vehicle, you want to donate, you got any kind of stuff that relates to fatherhood, whether it's suits, whether it's shoes, whether it's clothes, bring it, and we appreciate it. And again, your generosity is going to be felt. You are part of what saving families and healing fathers.
Absolutely. And I would love for the future testimony of Fathers Forever. When I was going through college, I was graduating with a degree in social work, and I had to do some, you have to do your internship, and you have to go and be somewhere every day for a certain amount of time. And I was able to serve at the Salvation Army. And I never forget at the Salvation Army, they had a rule that, we had to open the mail, but nobody could open the mail by themselves. And I thought it was a strange rule until I sat down with somebody and opened the mail. And I was opening that mail, and check after check after check after check after donation had come in. So many people had supported, even people who had died. They wrote in their will, I want to support Salvation Army. And I bring that up because I feel like Fathers Forever needs that kind of support.
Yes.
Needs those kind of people who are saying, I understand and I see the value. 860 men.
Yes.
In transitional housing, 400 and change, almost 500 men who've gone through the program. I see the value.
Right.
I see that this is good ground. I see that a lot of people sometimes give their money to things that they don't really trust. You can trust Fathers Forever.
Yes. Yes.
You can support Fathers Forever. So we want to make sure we push and stop here to talk to everybody. 2024 is a year where we need supporters. 2024 is a year where to do everything that we're trying to do, we need you to stay in step with us, and we're going to go. Regardless, we're going to go. But your giving and your constant support will make it so much more possible. And so I'm going to challenge everybody. I'm challenging everybody. Commit to making at least once a month. Yeah. Commit to making, let's say, $30.
Yes.
$30 is about 3 cups of coffee from Starbucks.
Yep.
$30 is about 5 Happy Meals.
5 Big Macs
from McDonald's. $30 is not even what we pay for Netflix, Hulu, for all these little small subscriptions that only add value to us. Give to something that supports more than just you. Give to something that goes to building families all across. Give to something that makes a difference. And to help you do that, I want to make sure you're going to a fatherforever.com. Listen, there are changes being made to the website. We're making it more accessible. We're making it more available to you. We're making it easy to support. We've got new platforms that we're going to be doing. And so I really want you to go to a fatherforever.com. I really want this to be the year where you engage with us more and you interact with us more. As a matter of fact, for everybody who's been leaving comments, if you've been obedient, you've been leaving comments, you have actually entered yourself a chance to win a tumbler or a free gift. And I don't know if we're going to be doing this every week. So this is the one where you want to go ahead and put comments. But if you put some comments under this chat right now, live while you're watching, you're entering yourself a chance to win a free tumbler from Fathers Forever to you. But I want you to head over to a fatherforever.com. That's where you can support the book being sent off, and that's where you can engage with our new platform. We have just launched a new platform called Zephy, and it makes it easy. That $30 reoccurring donation, you can go to a fatherforever.com, and you can subscribe to reoccurring giving. That makes it safe, it's simple, and it's secure. That's every single month. You can say, you know what, I trust Fathers Forever. I want to support, but I don't always remember. If you got bad memory like me, set up a reoccurring donation today at a fatherforever.com. We've got a brand new platform called Zephy. It's very simple. You just go to the website and everything is laid out for you. Yeah. And with all the stuff that's happening this year,
I know
it's amazing. Even down to our newsletter, we're making it accessible where the newsletter is going to be available to you. You can subscribe to our newsletter on a fatherforever.com. Also, everything that you need to do, you can go to our website to make it happen. Yeah. And you guys have been really diligent with this newsletter. But there's something I was reading in the newsletter. It says, welcome to the world of making a difference.
Yes.
And I find it interesting that y'all are now using the exposure and the light that you all have to now share it and shine it on other people. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So one of our production person, Miss Tammy, has really taken our newsletter for. I mean, she really
Shout out to Tammy.
Yeah, shout out to Tammy. She really have blown it out of proportion. And so I wanted to highlight people. We call them Father Forever Angels. There's people who supporting us on a regular basis, who've done some phenomenal stuff for us. We put up something there for them as well. But I also wanted to expose people who are doing stuff in the community. They're really doing a good job, and they're doing like stuff that we're doing. Whether it's Miss Betty with the Village, or whether it's Diana Power, or whether it's Reggie with the Encouraging Place. We want to highlight these people, and Dennis Gaddy, and we created a Welcome to the World of Making a Difference. These people are creating this world. They're living in this world of making a difference. And they're making a difference in people's lives.
I love that.
They are really, really changing people's lives. And we want to highlight them, give them their flowers, if you will. Just shout from the rooftop the good work that they're doing in the community. And that's what we do in every one of them.
And that's what I love about Fathers Forever. Fathers Forever is not in competition with anybody.
No.
But rather, they are in concert with everybody.
Yes.
That they support other organizations and other people who also touch on the lives of people.
Yes.
And so I want you to support, and I want you to get the word out, and I want you all to stay connected. Last time, put it down in the chat. Type "stay connected." I want you to get connected. I want you to stay connected with everything's happening with Fathers Forever. So as we're closing out, Season 3, Chat and Chew, Episode 1. I want to thank everybody for watching and supporting and liking and commenting and subscribing. And we're gonna be right back next Thursday, 8 p.m.
Yes.
Every single Thursday, 8 p.m. You can catch a new episode of the Chat and Chew podcast, powered by Fathers Forever. I want you to follow us on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, at Follow Father Forever. Follow Fathers Forever. One more time. Follow us on social media at Follow Fathers Forever. I want you to use the new giving platform, Zephy, that we have just set up.
Yes.
We're excited about that. I want you to stay updated with everything that's happening. Subscribe to the newsletter so you know everything that's going on in this organization. And we are just excited about if 2023 was amazing.
2024 is going to be...
2024 is about to be catch me if you can.
Yes.
Because we're taking off.
Yeah, we want to. One of the goals for this year with the reverse book signing is we want to donate 10,000 books to inmates in prison. So we want you to host a book signing. In your church, we have businesses who host reverse book signing. We had a realtor who donated 25 books, and she came to our office and signed all 25 books. We also have businesses that say, you know what, we want to donate the books, but we don't want to sign them. We're busy, whatever. I understand that. We then take those books to senior citizens, and they write a nice note in the book.
Come on, man. It's all about the supporters.
Yeah, so again, when our supporters is doing a lot. So what you can't do money, you can do reverse book sign. There's so many things.
There's so many ways you can support
the
vision of Fathers Forever.
You can host a reverse book signing. You can get your business to host a reverse book signing. We're going to start doing reverse book signing now. We're creating a virtual platform.
Yeah.
That's going to be the next thing.
A virtual reverse book signing.
Yes. So our goal is to get 10,000 books donated in 2024.
And it will happen. Because you're going to help us make it happen. Y'all, I want to thank you for tuning in to Season 3, Episode 1 of the Chat and Chew podcast. My name is Ricky. I'm with Dr. Glen Warren. And until next time, thank you for being a part of Fathers Forever, where we're all about healing fathers,
saving families,
and saving families. Until next time, people, we're out.
Here's 3 ways you can support our Dads at a Distance initiative. Give a copy to a family member, a friend. Donate monthly, a book monthly, 5 books monthly, how many books you want to do monthly donation. Reverse book signing, your church, your business. You can make a donation go to our website at www.afatherforever.com and go to our PayPal at Fathers Forever Our cash app is $Fathers Forever. Make your donation today. Please include in the note section, include DAAD. Again, include in the note section DAAD.
If you or someone you know would like to be a part of the show, please visit our website at www.afatherforever.com or call us at 919-779-9905. The Chat and Chew podcast streams Thursdays at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. To schedule a reverse book signing or to find out more information about how you can become a part of the programs you heard us mention today, please be sure to stop by our website as well.
Hello, everyone. This is Glen Warren, founder and executive director of Fathers Forever. I want to share an alarming reality with you. 627,000 fathers are incarcerated that have kids under 18. Now, there are 56,000 moms incarcerated who have kids under 18. The reality is there are so many more fathers incarcerated than moms. This is why I Am a Father Forever book exists. Now I need your help. I am inviting you to help us get this book into as many fathers incarcerated as possible. Here's how it works. For your donation of $22, we will provide a book to an incarcerated father. Thank you in advance for helping Fathers Forever heal fathers and save families.